Hey guys and girls, my name is Noe. Welcome to part 27 of the City of 2025 here in Cities Skylines 01. Oh yeah, it has been a while. Because I was waiting for these mods to update it in City Skylines 2 and also had some personal issues to work with, to deal, and now I have the time to make finally recordings again for this series. Yes, so as I remembered in the last episode, we built up here, well, basically we sucked up the area dry and we formed a very Picasso version of what appears to be the Netherlands. Now of course this thing was not really seriously meant to be used in the city because it's way too far away. It's more like just a fun thing just to see, and I might be flooding the whole thing later on, who knows. So this is not going to be inhabited, but I was thinking about maybe we can do a similar thing sort of in this area, because this water level over here, this area is actually not so deep, and then we can create a polder with a dike, and then we can use sort of a cladding to make a reasonable dike on both sides. And that's kind of interesting, because that allows us to... Oh, we got out of the view, yeah, thank you. That allows us to create more space, because space is kind of in a premium here in this city. And look at all these people here, they're clumping up, and I think also we need like a harbor over here. But we are going to do this. We are going to make that dike running from here to there. And let me have a look at this. So we have like a quay wall running here into the ocean. So we're going to remove that partially. So let's bulldoze this, and we remove this block. And now we're going to take this thing, and we take this thing, and we are going to make our lovely looking dam, which is going to run all the way. Now let's see, we make the brush size a little bit bigger, and then the height will be then the same as, let's see, so this is the normal height, yeah, from sea level. So I think that is not abnormal. So if I right click, see there, and then we basically put then it from here. Let's see, from here. That's very wide. Little less wide. That's very thin. Oh my goodness me! Can we get something in between? Yeah, that will do. And we run that all the way to the other side, and bumps closed. We'll probably give some spillage, some flooding and whatnot, but we will pump this area dry. Okay, on the other side we will do the same thing. Here we also have a quay wall, which is fine, so we run just from here. Let me right click this area, which is maybe a little bit higher, I don't know, we will see. To there, and that seems to be okay. Okay, so that is now closed off. That means like we can now pump this area dry. For that we're going to use our water pumps, and the faster the better. So I say like there, 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 and there. Let's put that in a lovely time lapse, shall we? Okay, then I think that suffices. I mean, these pumps are a little bit further away, so it takes a little bit more time to get the remaining water. So let me grab this pump and relocate it there, so it sucks that little bit of water away. And the same goes for this pump. Put it in there, and then here we have a few pouches of water left. Put it there, and that one over there. And I think that will suck most of the water away. And this one there. And then this one there, it will suck that away, and this area is dry. Look at that. So the benefit of this is also that we have like now the option to put like this connector road all the way to this side, and that not all traffic has to go over this bridge, because we have quite the traffic coming in. Look at this, here on this bridge, all this traffic now also coming through this area. that, yeah, there is no other entrance than through here, so that is what you get. And let me have a look here, for example. Just have a look at these lanes, for example. So yeah, so we have both going straight on and left and right, and I don't know why I have this road here, so let me put that road away. That helps at least somewhat. And do we have give way signs here? No. So these guys have to carry on. Oh, they're already doing that. And pick your lane. Okay. Okay, nevertheless, we're going here to this place, and I'm going to connect first this road, because the road itself is being on top of the dike. So I'm pick at that road, like that. And we're going to make a lovely curve. And then we're going to lay this, and oh my god, I've just missed this, the simplicity of of road laying in Cities Skylines 1. How it can be sometimes a real cumbersome thing to do in Cities Skylines 2. But this can be so relaxing, how it just works. I mean, I'm in freeform mode, so shall I connect it to that roundabout? I think that should be okay. Yeah, we can always make that roundabout a little bit larger. Yeah, so we're going from here. And let me have a look at this roundabout. Now, this is a very tiny roundabout, but there's a way to make roundabouts bigger. You can use a move it mod. So you select just, you select nodes, individual nodes, and then you bring them up or down, Let's say I take this one, yeah, and I do page up. No, wait a second. The W? No, it's like the arrow key. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then this one, the arrow key to the left. 1, 2, 3. And then this one, the arrow key down, down, and then this one to the right. And voila. Now we have made it bigger. So we're going to select also a 3-lane road for this, because you see 3-lane are here. Yep. It's a little bit bigger, for this oncoming road. So let's pick at this road. Here we go. And then we grab it basically from here with a little bit of freeform, because why not? Oh, come on. And here we freeform that basically into there. Does not need to be super straight, as long as it works. That's the idea. Now let me also check out this roundabout, if it has the proper traffic things. Yep. Control Shift click. Let me have a look at the junction restriction. This is fine. We click this option. Pick your lane when you come onto the roundabout. That's fine. And yeah, that's okay. This is all okay. Now they can also use this. Now this allows me here, this road, yeah, to basically build a dike. But then I want to make sure this road is really straight. So what I'm going to do here, we are going to the network multi-tool. We're going to the set slope mode. Arrange at line mode. No, not arrange at line mode. Set slope mode. And we slope that thing basically from here to there. So as you can see, there are just minor deviations, but let's enter it. So maybe this area is slightly lower, because it's still... Yeah, there is a way to circumvent that also. We can use then the move it mod. We then select this node. Yeah, this node over here, and I press Ctrl H, and then I connect it then to the height of this. Boink. And now this node here has now the same height. I do it again. I click it. I do Ctrl H to here. Yeah. Now what we will do now is on this node, I select this option again from here. So we do it then from here to here, and then we make it really straight. Bash. Now everything is 0%. Means like that probably at this point we will have like a very little dip. It's hardly noticeable. Anyway, Anyway. So let's do some terraforming around here. So let's use this option to... okay, we need some land to work... this one. We need some land to work with. You know, if this is supposed to be a dike, then of course it has to look like a dike. Zoop. So we need a little bit of land to work with because we need to make a slope. And that runs from here, like that. And there's even a metro tube running under that, under the dike. Well, believe me guys, here in the Netherlands, that, you know, we build crazy stuff around here, but we, as far as I know, there are no tubes running under the dike, no metro tubes. Here we go. Now let's see, how does that look? Still a little bit. I don't like this black stuff. That means like that I overshot a little bit with this tool, because you have to work with this tool from below. You see that so the slope gets less of an angle, and the more less slopier it becomes, the more less of that black stuff you see. Come on. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, that's better. That looks nice. That looks nice. Yep. Here we go. Okay. Also, what we're going to do is remove the sand here. Remove the sand. Oh. Let's see. Zoop. This side the same thing. And eventually then this whole area would then turn green, but in reality it's still a beneath sea level area. Here we go. Look at that. A beneath sea level area. And I think what I'm going to do is actually use the surface painter and paint this area just concrete. Yeah, just like that. Concrete. Here we go. Just concrete up to there. We concrete this area just up like that. Yeah, it sort of ends there. Okay. And then on the other side, let's see, we did not do any sloping yet. So let's do also some sloping there. You see, you go away. That's a very low brush size. But we make this a little bit. Yeah. So, yeah. A little bit more. Let's see, how is this looking? So we need that space a little bit more to create more of a slope. Just like that, yeah. Just needing the space to create a proper slope. Whoa. Okay, let's do that again. Yeah, you know, make a nice slope from all the way here, and then just work ourselves up. You don't want to touch that road, because if you touch the road, then you already make the area darker. This does look pretty well, actually, if you ask me. Yeah. Okay, let's grab the concrete truck and just nearly got a fly in my mouth here. And just make this go like that. But we have an option for that. We have like a thing called a slab, which is actually a decal. Let's take it like that. No. all of them then. All. Yeah, here they are, concrete slabs. And they make a nice straight line for concrete. So we do it then from here and then we say like boink. And you have a straight line there. Perfect. And on this side, let's see how we're going to do that. So I'm thinking, let me see, yeah, we have the contours here, huh? Yeah. So contours, and how much low do we get this? Because of course we want to build something in here and we need a little bit of a flat area to work with. The question is, okay, so we make this a slightly higher, this central elevation. Central depression is a better word. It's actually otherwise pretty darn difficult to build something there. If let me remove this section. Let me also remove, by the way, these guys. Okay, what I want is a visible thing that defines the edge of this dike somehow. So how I'm going to do that? So actually, maybe I can do that with a road. Yeah, maybe with a rural road. This type of road will do that. And let's see. Then we are doing that like this. We're following contours of the dike, sort of like that, up to there. Yeah, there. Now this is a road, so, but I don't want any trucks or whatever on it. Let me see. Let me see. C, press home. Here we go. We bring it down like that. I'm going to ban trucks from using it, although there will be no endpoint here. I mean, there will an endpoint here at this point, because it's just a demarcation line for the dike. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. So we grab this thing again. We bring the brush size down. So I remove this like that to the edges like that. Now, in the way how to fill this in for the rest is like we're going to use those slabs. So we're grabbing those slabs again. The 8x3s, yeah, they're fine. So this is a little bit of like that, a little bit of handiwork like that. And then like that. Here we put this in like so. And here we're going to turn this, and then let's see, like that. Let's see how that looks. Pretty nice, if you ask me. Yeah. Okay, we can do that also here. Right, so that works perfectly fine. So let me grab this road again. Let me take this, and then we bring it up the dike here. And actually, I'm not going to connect it to the road there, because I don't want anybody using this road as a cut through. Yes, so let me remove slightly this filler stuff. Yeah, and then we also use here the slabs again. These, okay. Yep, yeah, that's working out nice actually, yeah. So imagine that we have like a road running through this whole middle section. That would be nice. Now this is the main road, of course, and let's see, this is just a 2-lane road, and this is a 2-lane road, and let me see, this is all 2-lane road. Here we have a main road, so it will be tricky to get something actually into this area from this area. So the question is, I will do this later off camera, how are we going to do that? So are we going to take, for example, this road here, this is already a small 4-lane road. So this is already a sort of a main connection road. So I'm going to pick a that. And we go to just bulldoze it through these people's houses. Because why not? Because yeah, we are... and this road can actually work fine through this area. Like that. Hey, nice. So, let's see. Let's do it like that. And like that. Here we go, like... directly 90 degrees on that path, sort of. I'm looking at the line, which is this. Yep. We bring that up there, and from there to, yeah, no, I'm going to get this a little bit closer like that. And we make the bend slightly lesser because I want to have a roundabout here, like that. And then, oh, come on, you go there. 2x4? No, I don't like that. I want a 3x. Yike. Okay, move it. You and you. Okay, pick it, and then a 2x2. No, 2x3. I can live with that. Here we go. Bring it out, and then from here, this is not a 2-lane, a 4-lane road. Sadly enough, the main road runs here, which I also can have over this dike as well. So I'm pick at this road. Having this running around here will be kind of tricky. So I'm going to move these guys to there, and you are going to be there. Sorry for the few factories. Oh, come on, you go with the factory. No, okay, it will disappear by itself. You will go, and then I take this street, and oh, there's already a node there, so I delete this, and that, to get ourselves a little bit more space. Delete this, pick at this road, only bring it up so far, delete those and those, to get ourselves the space we need around here. Okay, okay, we are going to make sure that there's actually enough space to get around here. I think there is. Yep. Let's turn off the snap. Turn off also the collision, so we keep that lovely path. Turn on the collision again to avoid a mountain of trees appearing. This will go just like that, from here, like so, and then over this to the other side. Now here we are running into this key wall. Now I wonder what happens if I delete this key wall. Okay, nothing. And checking, yeah, this is actually a point where we can hook it on, why not? And then in a bend, and then bosh. And we create like a lovely roundabout there. So Control O. Here we go, and then close this. If I do Control O, by the way, if I say like keep open and then close, here we go, then it shuts by itself. That's much better. And then we select the 3-lane road. Here we go, that does the trick. A little bit of priority sign stuff, Control Shift click. And we say like you pick your lane, you pick your lane, and you pick your lane. Now, you see this road? I want them, instead of them going left, take a left turn. I want these guys to say like, you're only going straight on. Then you go straight on, take the roundabout, and then you come back and you take a right turn. Okay, so we select the junction restrictions. This is fine. We have a crossing here. I don't need that crossing. There is a crossing. We only need one. We remove this one. We also remove that one. And we can always make a manual crossing here. So that will be then going from this area. We page that up to 5 meters, which is enough, to the other side. And that can just go down there. Page down, home. Yep, that's enough. And the rest we can do with the move it mod, you know, just to slide everything a little bit in place. This is fine. And then this one can go a little bit closer, like that, to the road. Not bad. Whoa, jumpy game. And here we select you and you and you again. A little bit closer to the road. This one separately, like that. So they can now walk from basically, well, not from this street actually. That's okay, that's a little bit of a bummer. How can we make that happen? What kind of building is this? What kind of building is this? Is this a house? Who wants to live here anyway, you know, next to this kind of... Nah, that's like... Okay, we bulldoze this. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, pause the game for a moment. And what we will do is just we put an office there. And the office will be just... Oh, we remove this. 3 by 3, and then around that we just grab this thing, and that will go from here, bash, to oh come on, stop it. Okay, then we do it like that, and we use the move it mod to slide it in slightly closer so it connects. Yeah, like that. Remove the trees, and here we go. So an office building can now spawn there, and yeah, that will be nice. So this is now also connected. Let me see, what can we do here? Are we going to make? Let me see. They are going in there. What I can do here is I want to make a little offshoot here. So we take the highway section like this with sound barriers, and that will then go from here like that to that, and then directly into there. Okay, and then we are going to use this, and we say here, but you are not taking a left turn. And from this side, yeah, there's a dedicated, but also straight on. Okay, and here we select carry on, and no crossings. I leave this crossing so people can still walk here, although that's pretty annoying. So I think I'm going to remove it and just build a pedestrian bridge over it. You know, I love the simplicity of this game so much more, you know. Sorry, I have said it like maybe a gazillion time already, but it's just the truth, you know. It's just my honest opinion about it. It's like, this game is better than CS2. No lies about that. It is what it is. It works better, it feels better, and sometimes it even looks better. Maybe it's more colorful. Just like that, you know. From there to there. Nice. So that has been accomplished. Question is now, what are we going to build here? You know, in this middle section, and yeah, maybe that is something for a next episode. What I still want to do is like make this road going into this direction. This should also be connected to somewhere, you know. It would be nice to have it on connected on what kind of road we have there. No, that's a 2-lane road. Okay, what we can, we could make a, we already have this road, but I have an idea. If we just say like, okay, you and you, we turn you in something like that, and then we have our road basically. And make a road of 10 by 10. We lead that basically into this area, and then we have basically our road. 15 by, it does not want to, okay, then we bring this a little bit closer, and then you know what, we bring a lot closer, something like that, and then we connect that up. Lovely. So it leaves us here with a junction we have to work on. We say like, okay, you carry on, you carry on, you pick your lane. I leave the crossing for now, and we will check how that will be going with the traffic. Here I say you, and straight on, and this one just straight on. And like I said, I don't want any trucks around here, so I click on this option, I say this thing, and I say like no trucks here, they have no business being on that road. And later on we can put stuff maybe on here to make it appear like a dike. And if I remember, I think also I had a prop that was some kind of wave generator, but I forgot the name of that thing. Wave. There was a sort of a prop kind of thing that created waves, but I forgot the name. Foam, sea foam, decal, sea foam. Do I still have that? Foam? Oh yeah, animated. Here we have it. Let's see what works best. Let's see. Does that work here? Ooh. To get the impression that, there's always like a water and waves sort of pounding on that dike. Now I do have another kind of prop that would be suited for a dike, and those things are called tetrapods. Those are these things. Yeah, not this one. This one is probable public transportation. This thing does not work. So, but these things, on the other hand, they are suitable for cladding a dike. You can actually put them in here. You can just also, copy paste them. Let's say like this. You can also put them underwater. See that? Okay, here the prop of this one is a little bit too far. You don't have these wave things beaching. Well, there's no water there. That looks a little bit stupid. So let's take this thing again and that's only the front section of the dike, not all the way up to the top. That's not necessary. Oh man, how do I get like RSI my fingers? Hey, but the video editor can speed it up. it looks actually pretty nice, no? Although, oh yeah, the depth perspective is a little bit low. But yeah, so I think we've done quite enough for today, and I would say like feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell if you like it. And yeah, and maybe you like what we will build here in the future in the next episode. So I will do some off-camera work to, you know, a little bits of pieces here and there where necessary. And yeah, and then I will see you again in episode 28. Okay, guys and girls, thank you for watching, and until next time, see you. Bye bye.